welcome to the another episode of eCom Stories with Raja. My name is Raja and I'm the CEO of eCommerce.com. I'm also the show host for this particular show as well. Today I have an amazing guest with me from my home country as well. And today we are not going to talk about the PPC or the paid marketing related stuff. Today we are going to talk about the SEO, and for that I have the best person with me. So I'm not going to introduce himself, he's going to introduce by its own. So welcome, Salman. How are you?
Well, thank you so much, Raja. I'm good. What about you?
Awesome. I'm great as well. So first of all, just quickly introduce yourself and where actually you got the education, and where did you start getting into the SEO field and what you are doing right now.
So basically, I've done my master's in public administration with specialization in marketing. So during my university time, I used to get a lot of content work from different clients that I used to work for. And from there, I actually realized that there is a field that's called search engine optimization, and they're actually asking to like sprinkle some keywords to get their website ranked on Google and other search engines as well. From there, I actually got really interested about this field, and then after completing my masters, I actually joined TradeKey. It's a B2B platform, and from there I joined as an SEO associate, and basically the leaders there, they actually polished all my SEO, my search engine marketing and social media marketing skills, from there. So my journey actually began from 2013, and at that time, Trade was like the direct competitor of Alibaba.com. So they were going neck to neck, and there was a fierce competition in the market as well. So from there, I started working as an SEO. I got the exposure of a website with millions of pages, and serving different markets, including China, USA, UK, and that gave me a lot of confidence, or gave me a lot of experience about the platforms as well. And if I talk about my current position, that I'm actually leading at the regional level, the SEO for Daraz in all the five ventures that we have in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Myanmar.
First, I would like to ask a very basic question for those who actually don't know the SEO. So first of all, if you can explain quickly, like what is SEO, and also what is the importance of SEO in any online business.
Okay, so SEO is basically search engine optimization, right? So how you do it? So whenever Google anything on anything from your smartphone or from your desktop computer or from your laptop, you see a lot of search results. Obviously, that pertains to the query that you're searching for. So SEO, what it does is it actually enhances the organic search visibility of your website on particular set of keywords. If I'm talking about, let's talk about the e-commerce business. So what would I do? I would want my clients who are actually searching for product deals, product prices, anything on discount. I want my website to actually show up and in the search results, and my clients they get from Google to my website, and then I can get the conversions, I can get the orders and everything. So SEO is more about organic search visibility. So if you typically search anything on Google, you would find two types of search results. The first one is obviously the paid result that you see from the PPC campaign, and after that you see the organic search results. So there are different ways to actually optimize your website for those organic search results. So this is what SEO is all about.
So let's come to the next part as well. So like if you can explain a little bit about the importance of SEO in the online industry. Like for example, like if I'm running a business and I have a website as well, and how, like what kind of importance of SEO have in the current position, and being a CEO or being a business owner, like how much importance we need to give on the SEO side as well. Like I see that most of the people actually give a lot of attention to the paid marketing side, but not that much on the SEO side. So can you explain, like for a business owner, how much important is SEO?
Okay. So SEO is extremely important. If I talk about the marketing mix, your promotion, obviously it's not just about online marketing, it's about offline marketing as well. So whenever you start a business, you plan everything accordingly. So you have some dedicated budget for your offline spend, you have some dedicated budget for your online spend. But if you're not investing anything in SEO, then you're missing a whole lot of things that you could actually achieve from your business. So what? Why? So let me just give you a simple example for that. So you're like promoting your business heavily offline or probably online on social media channels, right? So
Mhm.
what would it do? It would actually entice your customers to actively search for your website, right? On Google, on different search engines. But if you
Exactly.
don't show up, then
Yeah.
obviously it's totally useless, right?
Yeah.
And then when you actually, convince your customer that you're actually delivering quality products, they would also search for your products online. And if you don't show up there in the search results, obviously you are missing a lot of leads from that side. If you're spending a lot of on the other on the SEM side, obviously you have a specific budget to cater to that, right? But with the passage of time, you have to build your SEO presence on different search engines as well, because it's very, very important. If I talk about specifically the e-commerce website, that I would say that around 30-35% of the traffic to a normal e-commerce website is driven from the SEO. So if you're not doing SEO, you're missing 35% of your lead.
Awesome. So now let's come to towards the second phase of that particular topic, like how we can do the SEO, and like what are the main and the basic steps which being a owner, like being a business owner, we need to take care of. Like for example, if I hire someone as my SEO expert and I do not have that particular skill, so how I can evaluate, like is that guy is doing the enough work or not? And secondly, like if like I wanted to evaluate that particular person for my business, so how I can do that as well.
Okay. So if you get in touch with a person who pitches you a package that contains a lot of backlinks from different directories, from form submission, from comments link building,
Yeah.
then I would say it's a big no, right? Don't go for these guys, because this is heavily, impacting our market as well, right? There are quality guys in the market that who actually understand SEO and who can really deliver some quality leads to you.
Mhm.
But these guys, on the other hand, they are offering you some, specifically designed packages
Yeah.
along with different sort of activities that they mentioned, right? So
Yeah.
this is one of the big no. If you see a guy offering you a package with different activities and stuff, just say no to them.
Mhm.
How would you define a quality SEO guy? You can identify them by actually talking to them. So what are they going to bring to your website, right? So they may give you certain exposure of the industry. Like for example, if you are dealing in a specific industry, the guy who you are dealing with, he must know about the market trends on Google, right? So are your products in trends? Are people actively searching for it? And what's the search volume, right? And from that search volume, how much leads they can actually cater to your business. So if they typically talk about these things, then this is the guy you actually should be looking forward. On the other hand, the other guys who are selling you different activities, don't fall for that.
Yeah, I'm also like looking for, like I'm a PPC guy and I own an agency, like we are providing services to the Amazon sellers. So I was looking for a guy, like there are a lot of persons who actually reach out to me and they said like we are going to build your like the backlinks and the off page and the on page SEO and stuff like that. They give a lot of like a full fledged proposals, like who have like two
Yeah.
three pages, and I do not have time to read that. So and my question is also linked with that story as well. Like if I wanted to evaluate that particular guy, so what kind of the expectation should I have from that particular SEO expert? Like for example, like if I'm working on a PPC, so the most of the clients, almost all of the clients are expecting us unit sales, and they are expecting like the advertising spend and these kind of the metrics. So I'm responsible for that. Like for example, if I spend $1, so they said that like, hey Raja, we are giving a we are giving to you a budget of $1, so you need to give a sale of at least $5, $10, and they are like evaluating that on the basis of conversion. So how I can evaluate the performance of that particular guy, the performance, I mean I'm talking about the performance, not about the hiring. And secondly, like should I expect that particular guy, like there are the some persons who actually came to me like in within three weeks or within 3 months we are going to rank number one for your website as well. So what kind of these guys as well? So should I expect that particular stuff from them, like and also the another question, like is a possible or it's a myth, like we can rank any website with the top keyword on the number one position or number two position within 3 months? Is that is possible as well or not?
Well, that's not possible. If I talk about SEO, then patience is the key. if a guy comes to you and tells you that he's going to rank your website in a month or in 3 months, he's the biggest liar. I can tell you that. SEO, being an SEO specialist, I cannot comment on any keyword. I can try all the best possible practices. I can say that we can work, we can improve your organic search exposure, right? So the thing is that the guy who doesn't even have the knowledge of driving leads to your business, I mean, that is not the guy you should be looking forward to. There can be numerous keywords, right? Being like, obviously for the newbie guys who are actually running business, they don't have the time to see keywords and stuff. You can like easily block them. You can give them a list of keywords with no searches, right? And you can tell them that like I'm gonna rank all these keywords within like a month or within a week or two. That is possible. But in the end, what are they gonna get? They're not gonna get any sort of business thing. They're not gonna get any sort of impression on search engine or any clicks at all, right? So if a guy comes to you and tells you that I'm gonna increase your organic search exposure by these much impressions, I can drive you these much clicks from your relevant audience, then this guy should be considered as the ideal one, to evaluate his performance and stuff. And if someone says that he can rank your website on one keyword in a month or 3, I'm sorry, he's not the guy for you.
So that's a myth.
Yeah, that's the myth. Even the best experts in the SEO industry, they cannot comment on any keyword that they would get it ranked in in a month or in 6 months. You can't do that.
Cool. So my next question is also linked with that. So how much time in real, how much time is needed to be ranked for the first page, not number one, for the first page or the second page? Like how much minimum time or the maximum time is required?
Well, I would say if a guy who is well, aware of everything, of all the search trends, then he would actually start, optimizing your website on long tail keywords first. This is the ideal strategy to actually build trust, right? Because on long tail keywords, you will get more conversion compared to, obviously it's low competition as well. So I would say around 6 months it takes to rank your website on long tail and some of the short tail keywords as well, right? With the passage of time, you build authority, you build the trust, and if you're not spamming or trying to gamify the system, then you have fair chances to actually increase a lot of clicks, even from the short tail keywords as well.
Awesome. So should we expect any kind of the lead generation related stuff from the SEO guy?
Well, yeah, you can actually. So obviously, conversion rate optimization is not just about SEM guys. It's about SEO guys as well. Obviously, if a guy knows how to funnel a user to your main landing page, then he is the perfect guy for you. So it's not just about driving traffic to your website. It's about driving traffic and then converting the user as well.
Exactly.
This is the most ignored part. Because, you would see a lot of SEM guys that focus on user funneling. Right? Yeah. They are more inclined towards conversion because this is what they need to show to their clients. On the other hand, you would see a lot of SEOs, they skip this part. They don't talk about the conversion rate optimization, right? So if you are driving a user to your website, then you also need to have a proper strategy to funnel user to your landing page to get him converted somehow. So I personally believe that this should also be a part of the SEO strategy.
And Salman, that particular strategies are actually varies from market to market, niche to niche, and time to time as well. Like I cannot prepare a general strategy and apply that on all kind of niches, right?
Yeah, there's no general strategy for SEO, right? It varies from industry to industry.
Like why I asked that particular question, because a guy came to me and he forwarded me a document, and on that particular document my website is actually related to the Amazon space, and the document he referred me that is actually related to a product based services. Like I'm in a service based business, and that is a product. So I simply asked her, like, this particular document is for that particular product, so how that strategy is going to be work for my niche. So he gave me a very long story, and but I'm not going to trust on that. Okay, so the last question, and from my side, like if the person who is looking in that particular interview, so he, like, in the business we are actually need to be managed a lot. You are also running a business as well, so in the business we need to be very strict on the budget and the cash flow.